Hey,
hi.
welcome.
I'm Camden.
I'm James.
Sticking up for Toronto while he's with the trash team, Colorado Avalanche.
This is FusionTV. This is our first inter-team debate.
Yeah, he's a Colorado fan. I got Toronto.
So tell me your history of.
You're a potato.
Tell me your history of why you like the Leafs.
Why I like the Leafs? Because I've been watching the Leafs since I was about probably 7 when I started watching the games with my dad. So me and him, that's what we do. And then just kept watching the games. And I started watching them on my own again. And they're intense. Me and James talk a lot about hockey all the time. And it's probably the only thing we talk about.
That's a good reason.
Next to the movie.
I like Toronto. I mean, I like Toronto on that side of the spectrum. I like Colorado because I used to go, I used to go with my dad. We used to go to Quebec and watch the Quebec games for really cheap because we couldn't get Toronto tickets. So I started liking a certain player, and I started going every year. And as I got older, I kept going, and it was $20 for a front row seat and a drink and a hot dog. It was awesome. So so when they went to Colorado, I could not follow my team. But I've always had a soft spot for Toronto on the other side to do well.
Wait, Colorado's Quebec's little team?
Yeah, used to be the Nordiques.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun fact.
And then you guy named Eric Lindros, you've probably heard of.
Yes, I've heard of him.
He was drafted by Quebec, and the year that they moved, he said, I'm not playing for Quebec, and they traded him for this huge deal, and that's how they built their team to win the cup.
How many cups do they have?
One? Well, the Avalanche, Quebec never got a cup, but they were a lot newer than.
Okay, what about Colorado?
Colorado has 2 cups. But they have 2 cups, but they made the final, they were in the finals 5 years.
Say, simple as this, Colorado's got a better logo than Toronto.
Well, the problem is though is that the Avalanche logo obviously is a bit newer. Yours is classic.
Yeah, ours is the classic because we haven't changed.
But I always think the Nordique logo is simple too.
Well, Toronto's got 13 cups. They won their last one back in '67, so I wasn't around for that. But still, I feel a comeback coming on. I feel like a bit more rebuilding, and we'll have a cup.
Before we debate about, can I tell you a cool story about Matt Sundin? Do you know Matt Sundin?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's a cool story. I went to a game once where.
Did you meet him? Shake his hand?
No, I didn't shake his hand, but I went to a game and it was Colorado and Winnipeg, which is early Winnipeg.
Winnipeg played.
They had Ty Domi at the time.
What team was Winnipeg before?
They was Winnipeg. Then they moved and they came back.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No, because.
Anyways,
Ryan and I talked about it a lot. No, Kevin and I do because he's a okay. You continue.
I didn't know Winnipeg. I thought Winnipeg was their original team.
No.
Then they went to Phoenix and then they came back.
Was it Phoenix?
Yeah, I think it was Phoenix or Atlanta.
No, I don't
Atlanta
think so.
Thrashers. It was the Atlanta Thrashers. It was the Atlanta Thrashers. Then it became the Phoenix. Not the Phoenix. Atlanta Thrashers. The Phoenix. No, not Arizona because Arizona's still around. Atlanta Thrashers, and then they came back to Winnipeg. Anyways, so I saw this game, and Matt Sundin was there. He was a rookie, and I saw him 3 or 4 times. And the last game I saw him play before he was traded to Toronto for Wendell Clark. Wendell Clark didn't score a goal the rest of that year. Matt Sundin scored 25 for Toronto. Worst trade of all time. Matt Sundin scored 4 goals and then the overtime winner in that game. He was amazing.
We're going to talk about Marner's contract and the Seattle team coming in.
That was my story.
Because there's a lot of talk around Marner's contract right now. That's the big thing.
Okay.
Right before the Toronto games. That's all they'll talk about. And then when they go on intermission, they did something to see if they could go more than 6 minutes without talking about the contract. They failed.
So if they sign Marner, who are they going to lose?
Nylander.
Nylander?
I think so.
You don't think that? Because I saw something. Do you know who Bob McKenzie is from TSN?
Yeah.
He put together a sheet. You show me this? Was he showing me this? It was a sheet about.
Craig showed you this, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Craig did. Yeah, it was all the players they think they'll have next year. And Gardner wasn't there. Kadri wasn't there.
Nylander wasn't. Was he?
Nylander was there.
I don't like Nylander.
But I think it's all going to depend on what the Leafs do in the
playoffs
trade deadline.
There's talk about us getting Simmons. Tampa wants him. Toronto wants him.
Can we have him? I'll take him.
No. There was talk between our teams for a trade right before we signed Nylander again.
For who? I wonder who that would be for.
I don't know, but you guys wanted Nylander. Nobody.
I'd rather have Simmons. Simmons can score and fight.
Fun fact. So today in history, we were talking about what's part of the Canadian identity, and I said hockey. So I googled how many Canadians play, like what percentage of hockey players are Canadians. It's only 46.1% are Canadians playing in the NHL.
Which is still pretty high when you consider there's Americans, there's Russians.
Yeah, but still, it's Canadians, Canada sport. You'd
Yeah.
think, like back when my teacher was young, there was 76% all
that's
Canadians.
true, that's true.
But the Swedes, they're amazing at hockey. Like they just make the teams unreal.
The Russians are a little less than they were. Like we had like the guys I remember you and all these guys with Fedorov and who else was the guy? All these Ovs, like these Fedorov kind of guys, they were just the best hockey players of all time. Ovechkin just surpassed. Can I just say Ovechkin just surpassed Fedorov for the all-time leading Russian scorer, which is kind of cool. He has a chance to beat Gretzky's record for goals. I think if he keeps playing. That's a pretty big task.
Yeah.
But he's got like 700 goals almost. Gretzky had like 900, so he can beat him. Anyways, back to the Leafs.
What about them?
We're talking about Marner's contract.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna sign him until after the playoffs. He doesn't want the drama right now. Like they got Matthews down, which is good. So they got 2 of the 3 people they need.
Personally, I like Marner's more than I like Matthews. I like Matthews too.
Matthews, they need him.
Oh yeah.
Like he went into his drought a little bit, and then that Washington game was.
He got hurt too.
And he got hurt, and then he came back. He scored a few, and then he went into the drought for a while, where he scored nothing. And then now he's coming back, and he's averaged a goal in like 1 goal per game in the past couple of games since we've been back.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's a great player.
Oh yeah.
He was the first round pick, right? Was he first round or second round? First round. Right?
First round.
So, what do you think about Marlowe? You think Marlowe will sign for less money next year? If they make it close to winning the cup, I think he'll sign again.
He will. Like Marlowe's getting to the end of his career.
Yeah, but I think he's in a position now where he can be a mentor.
Yeah,
he's good friends with Austin Matthews.
Yeah, because of you saw the All-Stars.
Yeah, the All-Star game. Yeah. But I mean, I think they help. He helps each other.
I think Marlowe is going to stay with the Leafs.
I love Marlowe.
Marner's going to be a Leaf for life. Matthews, they might. I don't know what I think about that yet. He might be a Leaf for life. He might not.
Well, Kapanen.
I like Kapanen.
I like Kapanen too.
So if we don't sign him, I might be a bit mad, but
I had to say too. I went to a Marlies game, and they have some good young players.
Oh yeah.
Rosen. I can't remember his first name, but he was awesome. He's huge.
Even Ian Scott, the prospect that.
Who's that?
Maple Leafs prospect, played for Team Canada.
What's his name?
Ian Scott.
He doesn't play for the Marlies, does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh,
I think so.
I don't remember seeing him.
Well, he got his shutout, but 14-0 against Denmark. That was him.
Oh yeah. Okay, you mean the goalie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's good. They got some good system.
Sparks is terrible.
Well,
I hate Sparks.
Sparks never had his
He's never had
moment.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Anderson.
There was a moment it was too late.
Yeah.
But I was talking about this Rosen guy. He's projected to be on the Leafs roster next year. So they don't need Gardner. Well, that's what McKenzie says.
Gardner, he's not going to last long.
And Leafs have a Subban.
Yeah.
They have the youngest Subban on their team, and he was quite good. He's small though. He's not a very big guy.
What was I going to say? Kapanen, I think they'll re-sign again. Hainsey, I think's done.
I like Hainsey, but yeah.
He's okay.
I don't know.
But,
Okay, well, there's a game coming up on Tuesday.
In Colorado.
I got to say, the last game we saw, the Leafs didn't play their best.
We didn't play our best.
Colorado came at them with some pretty good...
Anderson was injured. Was he?
No, it was his first game back, wasn't it? Stats, real-time stats checking. But anyways, Colorado played well, though. They shot... I think Anderson did play, but he stopped a lot of shots.
Yeah.
But the goals that he let in were very bad goals. Like, I remember the Gardner giveaway to Soderberg, and then Soderberg,
that was terrible.
And then Gardner got it back, and then Soderberg took it again.
One reason
shorthanded.
Gardner won't be playing next year.
Gardner's all right, but he's just done. I don't think he fits the Leafs now with Muzzin. But big game on Tuesday. I think the Avalanche.
Anderson was in that.
Yeah, it was his first game back from injury. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we lost the Colts.
Well, my problem with the Leafs right now is that they beat the good teams, but they can't beat the lower teams, which is good for the playoffs because they're going to play good teams.
Exactly. Like Boston, right now it's looking like Montreal is going to be that second.
I'd rather play Montreal than a lot of the other teams.
I think we're going to, if we beat Montreal this week, I think we're going to end up playing. We'll play them in the playoffs. I don't want to see us go against Boston again. Because in Boston's in the wild card right now. And first plays first wild card, right? Or second?
Yeah, I think so. Is it first or second?
I think it's first and first. So Boston would be going up against Tampa right off the bat. And they get smoked.
Boston though, Boston has better. I think has a better goaltending than. I think Price is he's a little iffy in the playoffs. He gets hurt a lot.
I want Montreal to be in that third spot. So Toronto, Montreal go against each other, and then Tampa, Boston go against each other. Because those would be games to watch. We can beat Tampa. We've played 2 games, and our next 2 games are home games against Tampa.
My problem with Tampa is that I went to see a game and they can play most of the game really terribly, and still win.
Yeah.
They played terribly against Montreal. They were outshot like 40-19 or something.
When was that?
But that was Tampa Bay, Montreal in December, and Montreal was playing like mad. They were scoring. They had a 2-0 lead right away, and they lost 6-5 in the third period. In the last 2 minutes, Tampa Bay got like tons of shots and they beat them. They scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes.
Montreal
and Tampa. I think it was on the December 29th.
Was it?
Yeah. But I think if Toronto plays, I feel like Montreal, they'll be fine. But they'll play Tampa or Pittsburgh sooner or later. Phil Kessel.
Shots were 38 to Canadians, 32 to Oilers.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is that at the second period, it wasn't even close.
And that was the night the Leafs lost to the Islanders.
Yeah, and then Montreal. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I remember it was talking to one of the staff members, Jenna. She was pretty upset.
We're going on a 6-game road trip right now. First game Montreal, then we play New York. Then we're in Colorado.
Rangers or the Islanders?
Rangers. Playing Colorado, then Vegas, Buffalo, I think. No?
That's not a bad road trip. I mean, it's teams they have to learn to beat.
Yes.
They're kind of mid.
See, if we wanted a really deep playoff run, we should have kept McElhinney.
Yeah, that was a little iffy, that trade. I don't know why they got rid of him. He was a good solid backup.
Montreal, Rangers, Colorado, Vegas, Arizona, and then the Blues. And then we come back for our final game against Washington for the season.
Yeah. And
then we put Montreal again.
Washington's the one team that I would be worried to play in the playoffs. Because they're good. I hope he's a playoff goalie now. That's the one team I'd be worried about. I wouldn't worry about Tampa Bay as much. Tampa Bay, yeah.
I mean,
those 2 teams I worry about.
We've almost swept Washington.
Series in the playoffs, though. Hopi in the playoffs is a different animal.
Yeah, but, Anderson has, they didn't have hope last year. I don't think they had hope to make it past the first round.
Yeah.
Because we always lose to Boston. So, if, we play Montreal, he can stop shots. Like, the Senators game was okay. Those 3 goals in those, 5 minutes right at the end of the second, that was amazing.
Speaking of playoffs, can you check Colorado's record in the standings? I want to see where they are. Because I remember Colorado had a good year last year, made the playoffs.
You want to know just this year? Or
lost, yeah, this year. Just to see where they are in the playoffs.
In the league?
Yeah, then the standings for the playoffs.
Okay, in the league, they are in...
I know they're...
22nd in the league.
How about in their division, though?
Division.
I know they're out of the playoffs, but I wonder how close they are. This is real time.
What division are they in?
Standing. Colorado.
They're in 6th in their division.
Okay. Oh, they're in 6th. They're in the playoff hunt. So these are big games, which means Colorado will play well.
And then
It's close though. I think it's all close.
Wild card right now in the Eastern Conference. In first, Tampa. Second's Toronto. Third's Montreal. In the Atlantic. Then Metropolitan is Islanders, Washington, Columbus. And then wild card is Boston, Pittsburgh. Western Conference, Winnipeg, Nashville, Dallas in third.
Yeah, Dallas. Dallas is always
That's in Central. Pacific is Calgary, St. Louis, San Jose, and then Vegas. And then in wild card is Minnesota and St. Louis.
But I'll tell you, if Colorado makes the playoffs and they can do well, their goaltending's not there. They don't have a good goaltender. And we play you for any reason, we're gonna watch every game here at Fusion.
Well, we're watching all the Toronto games here.
Yeah, I know, but this will be awesome for my sake, for all of these Colorado fans.
Everybody here is Leafs fan. Or
Leafs. There's a couple Chicago fans. I think Zach's like a Chicago.
Couple of Chicago, and then a couple Vegas, which is.
And I think Tyler is New Jersey, which I.
No, I think he's Detroit.
Oh,
no, he's New Jersey. Yeah.
New Jersey. I mean, wow, New Jersey.
No, they suck.
New Jersey.
We swept them.
New Jersey was good back in the day because they used to play Colorado in the playoffs. Back when they had Martin, he always smiles Brodeur. Well, when Martin Brodeur lost the cup against Colorado, they were interviewing him and he was going, "This is terrible. This is the worst day ever." He smiles all the time. That's a fun fact.
I feel like the Leafs have a chance at making it out of the first round this year.
I think so too.
It's not going to be a deep playoff run, but we'll make it out of the first round.
The best Leaf season I remember for the playoffs was, I don't remember Doug Gilmour, but it was a guy named Curtis Joseph, which you played with him, right? You call him Cujo?
Yeah.
He was an amazing Leafs goalie, and they made it to the semifinals against the LA Kings and against Gretzky, and they lost. I think they lost in 7 games. It was the closest I've seen them get to the finals. And then who won the final? Gretzky, the LA Kings.
Okay.
But Toronto almost beat them. They were close.
I feel now that we've kind of tightened up our defense. I feel like we got a chance.
I don't think they're done with it yet. I think there's still something coming.
I feel like I think something's gonna go through with Simmons.
I hope so. That'd be fun.
Because he plays D, right?
Simmons? No, he's a winger.
Who are we gonna lose? Nylander.
Well, yeah, I'd lose someone like Nylander and put Simmons on the second power play, second line. He'll score 30 goals and he'll fight everybody. That's what Leafs don't have right now. Who they have that's tough.
There's talk about it right now. The Simmons going to Tampa or Simmons going to Toronto.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the deals done.
Yeah.
Because we just got Jake Muzzin. He's.
I still need because when you guys signed Tavares, you got rid of Matt Martin.
Yes.
And he was your token tough guy.
Yes.
So Simmons would replace that.
Yes.
And then you'd have a more rounded team.
Okay.
Anyways, let's wrap this up. And Tuesday, we'll watch the game here at Fusion if anyone's watching, or will watch it later.
Yeah.
Jerseys again, with some snacks.
Colorado, Toronto
on the big screen.
Hopefully we do better than we did last time because we got smoked.
Well, Colorado's playing for the playoffs now, so is Toronto, I should say. So.
Toronto's trying to hold that second place. I don't think we're going to fall.
No.
Unless Montreal beats us tomorrow.
All right, so
Tuesday.
Colorado.
Toronto.
Good game.
Toronto's going to win.
Peace out, Fusion TV.